Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to get this thing running. This thing hasn't run in, I don't know actually, I can't even tell because this collection has got to be at least 10 to 20 years old. So all these chainsaws, you can probably see in the background, there's a whole bunch of them up on the shelves. We're just going to go through every single one and try to get them running. So a lot of these are going to get sold. Obviously, there's a lot of better chainsaws than this one in there. You know, this is, to me, this is no different than a Poulan Wild thing, except it's just yellow. So, I personally like the color of the Wild thing, so I like to soup those things up and use them as toys. I don't need the yellow version. So, overall, these saws are pretty good condition. Like, the old man who had these, he put new bars and chains on, like, everything. So, this one, it's in pretty good condition. You can see, like, that's a brand new bar on that thing. Carlton chain. Do they even make chains anymore? I never heard of that. It's probably an old school company. Anybody in the comments, let me know if Carlton still makes chains. That's cool. Interesting. I never saw one of those. So let's see what happens. We're just gonna wing it. Probably gonna assume that we could just fuel this thing up and start it up. And she's bone dry. You can see that. Bone dry. Probably won't get it, but it's dry. So now the one thing about these Poulans are the fuel lines are the worst in this thing. These Poulans always have rotted fuel lines, and this one still seems kind of soft, so that's a good sign. He drained everything out, for storage. He didn't leave any gas in there, nothing. The primer bulb it's a little hard, but I think it'll be all right. Once you put gas in it, let's try to put gas in it. See what happens. Yep. Now we're not going to put bar and chain oil in them because there's just no point. Now when I get ready to sell them, yes, I'll put bar and chain, but we just want to know if it runs. So I use Echo Red Armor, and I do 32 to 1 since I have a lot of old chainsaws. I have a lot of old Homelight XLs, McCullochs. I have a really old Poulan vintage. This thing it might be the oldest chainsaw in there. I can't wait to mess with that. It's super old. But we're going to start with this stuff because I want to make some room up there. There's too many saws here. They got to go. So now Poulan claims 40 to 1 on their mix. A lot of people don't know that. They just run 50 to 1 in everything, which I do not recommend running 50 to 1 in almost any saw anymore. I would say 40 to 1 is the highest I'd go. And I run Echo Red Armor. I don't run anything else. I don't run the Stihl anymore. This batch here, just again, I want one batch that works with all chainsaws. I'm running 32 to 1 in this of the Echo Red Armor. I figured 32 to 1 should be good enough to run the old XL12s and anything that's, I have Remingtons that claim 16 to 1, but from what I learned is 16 to 1 was running, at the time they didn't have any good oil, they didn't have any synthetics or anything. It was just motor oil, like 30 weight, and they used to just use that to dilute it, so I think 32 to 1 should be enough. So, let's try to fill her up. Without making a mess. And I got one of these gas cans. This is an older one. No stupid safety features on it. Child safety baloney garbage on it. And it doesn't just come pouring out either. I have like full control. Like if I pour it, it'll come out, but I can get a a slow stream, which is nice. I got some precision. Oh, that's plenty in there. More than enough. Let's see. This thing's like brand new. It's like the seal's brand new. This saw doesn't look like it had many miles on it, or hours. Sprocket looks pretty damn new. Usually then the chain pops off, they get chewed up here. Not this one. You know, even that metal plate in there, that metal plate for the, I guess it kind of covers the oil hole. That's in great condition. Usually they get chewed up and they're toasted. So this saw is actually, I would say, in good shape. So let's see, let's prime it. Are we leaking? We are leaking. Why are we leaking? Yeah, we're leaking. Why are we leaking? Why are we leaking? I don't see any cuts in here, unless that O-ring flattened out that bad. Are we leaking? I guess it stopped. Okay, maybe I just didn't have it tight enough. Nothing stopped. Okay, so we prime it. I'm going to go easy on the primer bulb since I don't want it to break. I have them. I don't want to change it though. But usually once you get some gas in them, it softens them up a little bit. Let's see if we get anything. We got something. Okay. Now, I could try to start this like this, but what I learned is you can assist it. You get like a little squirt bottle. Here, I'll show you guys. Well, actually, you know what? I can show you what this one. This one has synthetic motor oil in it. I just use it for precision oiling. But something like this, you could just put, again, 2-stroke mix in it, the same batch I just put in there. You fill this bottle up, and then you could go right into the carb. And that'll help siphon feed the gas through the carb and through the lines and everything. So this might take a lot of pulls. You know, I might have to pull it a lot more. So let's see. On. Okay. I can't start it up here, so I'll try to put you guys on the floor. I'll be right back. Alright, so let's see what happens. I'll prime it like that too, to get some into the cylinder. Actually, this Poulan has that soft start. It's like that spongy. It's like spongy. It makes it easier to start. Alright. Okay, so I know what it's going to want to do. It's going to want to make me pull it 1,000 times before it starts. Give me a second, I'm going to come back and we'll take the cover off and just go right into the filter and give it a kickstart. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. There's Echo Red Armor 32-to-1 in that, but I could just force feed it, like bottle feed it, and help it that way. So we'll take the top cover off. I love the M12. I only use the one setting because we're only screwing into plastic, so you can only screw it so many times before it ain't gonna hold. So number one setting, you put your brake forward, and then usually these come right off. Like this. Oh, and then that stupid cover for the air filter. These never stay on. I hate these, but look, this one even has the foil still there. Everything's still there. It's nice. It's pretty clean. Yep. There's the air filter cover. Even the air filter's pretty clean. Yeah, this saw doesn't look like it has many hours. That cylinder's clean. The flywheel's clean. This has like no hours in this thing. Pretty nice. So, come on. Alright. Okay, so. Okay. See what happens. Choke on. Switches on. Let's see. She's stubborn, okay. Can we put more? Lift it up. Come on, get down in there. No. Okay. Now we gotta check for spark. Or we could have flooded it. There could be too much fuel in there. Because even if the carb is messed up, it wouldn't matter. It should just start right on the fuel that I put in there. So it'll run and then shut off if it was a carb issue. So I'm gonna have to take the plug out and see if we got fuel in there. Yep. So okay. Take you back to the bench. Or actually, you know what? Just stay here. I'm gonna take it out here. Alright. So, take this off. I'm going to check for spark anyway while we're here. Because really, there's nothing complicated about getting a chainsaw or really any small engine running, especially two-stroke. Two-strokes are so simple. You really have air, fuel, and spark. That's pretty much everything right there. And obviously 90% of the time it's just fuel or spark. So I use these, as stupid as they are, they come in handy, especially in the field. So boom. Oh, we have fuel. A lot of fuel. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'll put the light on it. But she's wet. So plenty of fuel. And how's the cylinder? Oh, she's wet in there. Tons of fuel in there. So, actually, I'm in there. I can see the cylinder. The cylinder looks pretty damn good. Well, it's like a new cylinder, so. Okay. So, let's check for spark. While we're here. You never assume it's just, champion. Okay. Let's see if you guys can get that. Make it so you guys can see the spark. Right, let's see if you can see it. Oh, she's got spark. So, try to bring it closer. So you guys saw some spark in there. But it doesn't show up on the camera very well, but there's definitely spark. Yeah, it's definitely spark. So maybe we have too much fuel. Now we just flooded it. So we don't need any more fuel. You don't have to go that tight either. You don't have to kill it. Let's try again. Come on. Maybe. Give me a second, I'll be back. I have another idea. Actually, yeah, I have another idea. Okay, so I'm back. Our little friend. Now, people might think, oh, well, that's your, it's like straight gas in it. No, because think about this. So, all that fuel that was in there that didn't even get burned, right? Let's say the gas evaporates. What I learned is if you look inside the cylinder, after you flood it, you'll have a coating of oil just dripping down the cylinder. So you get plenty of lubrication inside of it. So even getting it started with this is fine, because you got plenty of oil in there. And 90% of the time, when you do get it started, it will be puffing and puffing. All that oil, all that stuff that's in there has got to burn up. So right now, when you actually overflood it, you actually now have more oil content in there than gas, especially at 32 to 1. So what happens is it just leaves oil all over the spark plug, so it makes it a nightmare to start. But we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to go straight. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Another trick I'll try, and I've been doing this. Oh yeah, super, super wet. Wow. It is very wet. Plenty of fuel. We don't need... What we need to do is... we'll dry it out. This is how I do it. I'll show you. So this is my friend, the air compressor. And this guy usually does the trick to drying it out and then getting that second chance again. So what I do is dry that out. Oh yeah, there's plenty in there. And then usually I'll spray right into the cylinder and then try it again. Now again, this could be you know, the fact that I'm running 32 to 1 is probably not helping. Doesn't make it any easier to start, especially when these things haven't ran in, you know, how long. So probably should run a batch of 40 to 1 just to get them running, or even 50 to 1 just to get them running, and then swap over to 32. But for you guys, you know, you don't have that many chainsaws, so 40 to 1. Let's find out. Let's see. Yeah, no. Yep, try it again. Wow, it's a lot. There's just a ton of fuel in this thing. So my guess is it's getting fuel from the carb now. You know what we can try? Give me 1 second. Okay. A lot of times, just cleaning it. Get some shiny metal in there. Try to get a stronger spark, because that's what we really need, is a stronger spark. With all that fuel and oil in there. Okay. Let's try again. Now we can try it with just nothing. We should have plenty of fuel in there. Ooh, we got something. Come on, come on. Well, we're supposed to go one in after that, so. Ooh, okay. Ooh, come on, baby. Yes, yes, yes. So there we go. That helped clean that spark plug, right? In. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Okay. Okay, well, it runs. And I know it's going to run fine. But it's like 11 or 12 at night, and my landlord and landlady are old people, and they're probably going to hate me pretty soon with all these chainsaws. So, but I know it runs, so that's awesome. That's so cool. So, but I would expect it from a new saw at least. Now, it's going to get challenging when we get into the old saws, but watch the old saws start right up. Especially like the XL12s. We don't know what's going to happen, but we'll find out. But I'm going to say that's good. She runs. She's fine. The system, the fuel system is primed. Obviously now we're getting fuel into the cylinder, so the carb is working. That means the carb is not clogged. It's not caked up. And I'm going to guess that when this guy had all of these saws, so let's say you figured 10, between 10 and 20 years when he was messing with all of them and repairing them before he became an old man. and got Alzheimer's. I don't think we had ethanol fuel, so that probably helped out these saws a lot by not running any of that crap in there. And ethanol fuel definitely has water in it. So I did some chainsaw repairs for customers, and I had one guy had like a pretty new still, like a Stihl 311 or something like that, and it would not start at all with the gas that was in there. Full tank of whatever was in there. It was like 2-3 years old. I drained the tank, and sure enough, there was water in the bottom of that gas. So it will separate and decompose, and that's what you get. You get water. So I had to drain the whole tank, and then I put a fresh batch of my 32-to-1 in there, and again, the same procedure. I do this with every chainsaw. So I just go down the list. That's it. And we ended up getting it running. It ran, and it ran great. So that's it. So she's good to go. This one, I think that this one will be for sale tomorrow. Yeah, as long as she runs good, which I think it will. She'll run just fine. But okay. Oh, look at that. It's got to go through a heat shield, too. I didn't see that. This one probably still has its heat shield. That makes sense. So it's got to go through the heat shield. For the front screw here. There we go. Okay. And that's it. Setting number 1. So you're not going to overkill it. It's fine. And that torques it. And that's it. So let's try one more time. Put gas on. Yeah, so she's running now. We'll pull the choke out. Okay, yeah, she's good. I'd call that good. So I don't want to piss off my landlord anymore. So I'm trying to make these videos and not make all this commotion, but yeah, so that's that. That's the Poulan. I think that'll be the second one sold out of this batch. So same thing with the first one. The first one was a brand new one. Same thing. But yeah, we got a lot here. So if I can step back and show you. I'm gonna have to do that a lot. I'm gonna get really good at starting chainsaws that I haven't ran in 20 years. Because these things all are probably gonna be about the same thing. Snapper. It's friggin'. It looks just like that. It's the same thing. It's a Poulan. It's a red Poulan. That's all that is. 90% of the saws I learned from over the years are pretty much all made in the same factory. It's crazy. They all like, oh yeah, like here, John said, it's red Poulan. Here, let's take a look at that one. You can't tell me this is not a Poulan. Red Poulan. Wait, isn't that the same damn choke lever and what the hell is that? Oh look, it's the same 40-to-1, same gas cap. Oh look, same primer bulb, same location. Yeah, it looks just like. Man, does that look awfully similar, you know? Oh look, the same handbrake. Look. Same handbrake, same stinking design, same cover. Oh, but this one's a John Surratt turbo though, so it's special. It's special. You know. Again, sometimes it could be special because they'll be 90% close, but then we'll see when I take the cover off of this one. We'll see if this has that little Johnson Red turbo thing, a little scoop in the air, and it forces the air in baloney. We'll see if that's the case with this one. But yeah, it's look the same. Same pull start. Yeah, okay. Same thing. Same thing. But yeah, it's like new. I don't think there's any miles in this one, but oh, and that one has anti-vibe. So the Johnson Red has anti-vibe. Yeah. Well, what do we have here? Oh, that's pretty cool too. It's an old one. It's a Husqvarna. That's all that is. Yeah. So there was one Craftsman that was pretty cool that I saw. Maybe was it this one, special edition, or was it that one right there, 55cc? No, yeah, maybe it was that one, 55cc turbo. It was like all blacked out, which looked pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. And again, they all look like the same Poulin design, the Poulin body. It's the same crap. But there's some Remington 82cc. I can't wait to hear some of these. These sound better than new saws are. But then again, actually, what am I gonna say? These new Poulins, they have like real mufflers on there. They're all nice and choked up, and they're very quiet compared to these guys. These things are just raw. They're loud. Yeah, more Poulins, all those Poulins at the top. Now, out of everything I'm seeing, I really like XL12s. What else do I like? I like my Echoes. Like here, I'll show you some of these. I like my Echoes. Well, technically, John Deere Echo, same thing. I really like my Echoes, or John Deere, should I say. I'm a big fan of them. I don't know why. Quality overall. I just love them. There's two Tim Allen, no, they're not Wild Things, they're Bad Boys. Yeah, the Bad Boys. They're like 60 cc's. They're pretty cool looking saws. I think they're metal bodies too, metal case. It's like the last of the good Poulins. That was the last of that. That's cool. That Cub Cadet commercial grade, that thing is a beast. That's a beautiful saw. Talk about rare. You can't even find it anywhere. Another Johnson Red 2050, and I think my favorites so far that are growing on me. I think I'm a McCulloch fan. This is basic. McCulloch is like, it's like the Abrams tank of chainsaws. That's how I look at, or the Humvee of chainsaws. But they're built